Here you doing? Haruhiko Kuroda, the governor of the Central Bank of Japan, has an intention to maintain the objective to let the yield of long-term Japanese government bonds perform around 0%. And there's a big gap of financial policies between the Central Bank of Japan and that of other countries, which is bringing yen market depreciation. And the viability of policy framework that Mr. Kuroda introduced in 2016 to aim for sustainable price increase by 2% is now in question. And while worldwide bond market plunge is putting upward pressure on Japanese long-term government bond yield, the Central Bank of Japan has no choice but its corner to keep buying the Japanese government bond. And based on the fact that the Reserve Bank of Australia was forced to stop long and short interest rate manipulation before, I think there is a big question in Kuroda's decision making in the market. So there are still skeptical perspectives in Kuroda's decision due to the risks that the yen depreciation that is depriving Japanese general household of purchasing power will make vulnerable Japanese economic recovery abort. So I'm sure he understands monetary easing policy should not be retreated because of because the yen depreciation risk. Although he has ever enforced the policy for price increase so far, once he shared a ship to adjust the policy for the measure of yen depreciation this time, I think there will be great confusion happening in the market. So I think the case of the Central Bank of Japan should not be confused with the case of the Reserve Bank of Australia. So I think there's so many Japanese people who think Japan is really peaceful country that runs into extreme debt but enforces tax reduction in contrast. But I think it is going to be pie in the sky sooner or later. Before long, Japan will be confronted with two choices, like tolerance of yen depreciation or acceptance of increase of interest rates. And after all, we are going to be forced to accept both of them. So if interest rate will start increasing, nothing will stop it from keeping increasing. So I believe realistically we'll be forced to tolerate the yen depreciation in the early future in the market.